Why did I choose this Pokémon? First, because I like it, of course. The other part is because I feel like Snorlax all day long. Fat, lazy, eat a lot and sleep a lot. I'm pretty much the same with some friends here. So what's more wonderful than talking about a Pokémon that is no different from itself? It sounds interesting, do you like it? Okay, that's enough. Now let's go to the video. The first episode with the image of the Satoshi group wandering on the sea. Where they are coming is an island with 7 small islands. This place is famous for growing extremely delicious and dense grapefruits. When they set foot on the first island, Satoshi quickly picked up a grapefruit and was immediately blown away by her. Why is this beautiful girl so fierce? It turns out that on this island, there is a situation of picking grapefruits in large numbers. But the people here have not yet found any trace of the grapefruit, so people are usually very cautious. Hello there, multiple heads. Satoshi made a perfect job of stopping that scary witch, but Snake's step stats were too low for adjustment. He even got a bunch of fruits off of her leeches. Thanks for that, Then, Snake ate up and ran again to rescue himself belonging to the new frontier tribe. Either his environment is good enough or not. That's right, the toad is back. Let's go and register for the title anti-troll. When Snorlax moved to the second island, he immediately ate all the fertilizer that the Ha-Tien team was going to get, making them extremely reluctant and decided to cooperate with Satoshi's group to take revenge. Despite the fact that there were so many people stopping him, Snorlax still ate everything he saw, from the fertilizer to a little protein from Kasumi's Golden.
He even used Licky Tongue's tongue as a towel, although he didn't know how much cleaner it would be after washing it. Because Snorlax was too strong, everyone came up with a plan. It's a combination of all of them, from Twimy like Kojiro, to the old version of Snorlax of Kasumi, and what the hell is this? Everyone tried their best, but it didn't seem to work. Until they found a leap up nearby, they were able to make Snorlax go away. Before everyone fell asleep, Satoshi and Pikachu quickly fell and succeeded in conquering this big creature. Because Snorlax doesn't like to eat or sleep, he spends most of his time in the Pokeball, because when he goes outside, he will immediately show his greed. For example, he wants to eat all the fruits of other Pokemons, eat Satoshi's dinner, eat this young man's Pokemon, and eat his head. Satoshi accidentally broke Snorlax's bridge. And the only place that can fix this is the Pokemon Center in the town on the other side of the mountain, because Snorlax has turned to sleep, so they just have to pull him on pieces of wood. To speed up, Satoshi decided to transform into an apple tree to force Snorlax to follow. Although the body is quite similar to me, but Snorlax is very nimble. And then it was reborn for Satoshi. After changing the vehicle to a bear, it seemed like everything was going to be easy, but in front of them was a wooden tower. And of course they were going to fall down there. When they got to the Pokemon Center, the team was in trouble again. By taking all the supplies from other places. This made Snorlax angry. He avoided all the knowledge from Mecha Meow, made a missile beam, even absorbed Meow's energy into the human body, and turned the team upside down. To end everything, Snorlax sent an extremely powerful hyper beam. After winning the battle, Snorlax crawled to the food stand, took a breath, and turned around to sleep. Despite his greed, when this creature was full and did not sleep, it was an extremely aggressive machine. In episode 106, to protect Pikachu and Meowth, Snorlax fought with a giant Rhyhorn, and just one Mega Punch, it made Mr. Rhyhorn join the team. Satoshi wanted to take advantage of it to compete in the All-Rain Alliance. But Snorlax's greed forced him to use Toro's Johto region. Snorlax was sent away to Professor Okito's lab. Although he spent a lot of time sleeping, whenever Satoshi called him, Snorlax always took the time to appear to greet his trainer. Until episode 196, to use Snorlax Pokemon Sumo competition. Although he was sleeping during the audition, and almost missed the competition. But luckily, Snorlax woke up when he heard that the prize of the winner would be a King Frog. And especially the amount of Pokemon food for a whole year. Snorlax easily put Satoshi in the final round just by letting the opponent suck in his stomach and fly out of the fight. In the final match, Snorlax had to fight with the Ferrari Gator of Rhyton, the unbeatable swordsman of the tournament. At the beginning of the battle, Snorlax lost balance, but thanks to that, he managed to escape the enemy's capture to show that he was not standing here because of luck. Snorlax has repeatedly avoided attacks from the Feraligatr, but still, he took a deep breath, using his stomach to swallow the Feraligatr far away. After winning the war, Snorlax managed to reach the food mountain, though the organization announced that this food source was enough for Pokémon to eat for a year. But it was only enough to make Snorlax feel full. At the same time, Satoshi also gave himself King Croc's gift, which made Kasumi's Poliwhirl evolve into Politos. Because Satoshi was not able to feed Snorlax with more than 400 kilograms of food per day, he decided to leave it at the professor's lab, as well as giving it time to rest and relax. In episode 256, Snorlax reappeared to support Satoshi in the battle with Ibuki's Dragon Club. Because Satoshi believes that his current formation is too weak to be compared to the high-level dragon Pokémon of his opponent. Although Snorlax has punished most of the King RA attacks, King RA has installed a powerful hydro pump that makes him dizzy. After diving to avoid the destruction of his body, Snorlax used a meat scoop idea, but it was completely useless while underwater. Thanks to his stubbornness, Snorlax quickly exhausted King RA. He continues to dodge the opponent's lightning, but this time it's different when Snorlax uses Ice Burn instead of Body Slam. Although Ice can't make a super effect on the Dragon and Water River, but it's still enough to get King RA to the scoreboard in 1-0 for Satoshi. Although he can beat Rio Dragon, but because his physical strength has been reduced quite a bit, Snorlax has lost to FaZe Gyarados, but the final victory still belongs to Satoshi, and he has won the last badge as well as the right to join the Toto Alliance. And in the first match in the direct round of the Toto Alliance, Satoshi met his childhood rival, Shigeru. The battle was extremely tense, when Shigeru overwhelmed Satoshi almost on all sides. By the time of the break, Satoshi only had 3 Pokémons left, extremely unprofitable compared to the 5 Pokémon of the opponent. But it's okay, because it's time for Snorlax to show his superpower. As soon as he came out, Snorlax was hit by a fireball from Arcanine, but it hardly caused any damage to Snorlax, and with just one Hyper Beam, Shigeru's power was lost. The next opponent of Snorlax will be Nidoqueen. Although being hit by a ball hurts the face, but Snorlax has avoided the enemy's destructive light and countered with a super effective Ice Burn on Nidoqueen's body, making her shake and fall. Perhaps the scriptwriter didn't want Snorlax to overdo the rest, or because he wanted to give the show to his daughter Charizard, so they made Snorlax extremely weak when she was easily crushed by Seizure, but that was more than enough to help Satoshi overcome his opponent's madness and advance to the quarterfinals. The next morning, in his final battle at the Johto Alliance, Satoshi used Snorlax as a deterrent to restrain the enemy's ability to sleep. Hazuki made a mistake when giving Snorlax's Hypno Dream Eater to wake him up in an extremely annoying state, and a Hyper Beam made the opponent pay, Snorlax Steelix. The battle has just begun. The enemy has immediately used a hard punch to control Snorlax. But Ice Burn has helped Snorlax create a distance and win the battle with devastating damage. Still the old script, after easily knocking down 2 Pokémon of the opponent. Snorlax to shine. By defeating Houndoom, he has countered Gubio's Hyper Beam with double power. Since then, Snorlax has spent most of his time at Professor Okito's Research Institute. His biggest highlight since his journey in the Johto region is in episode 426. When Satoshi approaches the love of fighting Prantiprane Kogumi. Although her Pokémon is all fighting, but somehow, Snorlax still can shine, even though he's just a normal Pokémon. At the beginning of the battle, the opponent used Hariyama. Satoshi used Crovile to use speed to hit the opponent's head. But Hariyama's Focus Punch was too powerful. Immediately, Crovile had to fall down. Because each trainer is only able to use 2 Pokémon, so Snorlax is having a lot of trouble. When the Fat Bear just went into battle, Haruyama continued to push him out of the battlefield. But Snorlax still resisted and countered with a headbutt. Haruyama continued to use Focus Punch. Snorlax tried to move Protect, but failed and blocked the punch from the opponent. Although it was very painful, Snorlax still tried and dodged the next punch from Haruyama. Snorlax has casted an Ice Burn right in the middle of the opponent's belly. This attack has made Haruyama freeze and lose his ability to fight. The next opponent of Snorlax will be Medicam. The fight has just begun. Medicam has casted the same decision as Focus Burn. Although Snorlax is White Leaf. Not to let Gubio have a chance to counterattack. Medicam has casted another high zoom kick, forcing Satoshi Snorlax had to take another Focus Burn from the opponent. From there both of them transferred the Bat Crew. But most importantly, the Medicam distanced the Miyazaki attack from Snow White. And Galbadia was badly shot. They couldn't keep it going. Snow White used this chance to get here, or he could be forced demoted from this map in order to get a squad back. Although with the iconic but down snooker, Snow White lost his head, but the power of friendship has awakened Snorlax at the right time and successfully dodged the 2-hit combo. Because of the deadly flash, Snorlax took more time to recharge his energy. At this time, Medicam was continuously hitting Snorlax's body. When the opponent decided to use a critical hit, Fatty quickly launched a deadly flash to take advantage of the advantage. Snorlax used a full body slam to win the final battle for Satoshi. It can be said that Snorlax is one of the strongest Pokémon that Satoshi has ever had.
It has hardly ever failed, but has not drawn from 1 to 2 Pokémon of the opponent. It is highly likely that in the future, it will be very difficult to appear a Pokémon that is both adorable and friendly, but brings a terrifying power like Snorlax.
Perhaps that is also the reason why many people love this Pokémon, including me. And above is everything I can say about Snorlax of Satoshi. In the following movies, he still appears a lot, but does not affect too much on the development of the film, so I would like to not mention it. In the next video, if you want me to talk about any Pokémon of Satoshi, or any topic related to Pokémon, remember to comment below. All for watching the video. Goodbye now.